But let's take a look at that Dietrichson claim. Accident and double indemnity. You were pretty good in there for a while, Keys. You said it wasn't an accident. Check. You said it wasn't suicide. Check. You said it was murder. Check. You thought you had a cold, didn't you? All wrapped up in tissue paper with pink ribbons around it. It was perfect. Except it wasn't, because you made one mistake. Just one little mistake. When it came to picking the killer, you picked the wrong guy. You want to know who killed Dietrichson? Hold tight to that cheap cigar of yours, Keys. I killed Dietrichson. Me, Walter Neff. Insurance salesman. 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars. Until a while ago, that is. Yes, I killed him. I killed him for money. And for a woman. And I didn't get the money, and I didn't get the woman. Pretty, isn't it? Hello, baby. Anybody else in the house?
Nobody. Why?
What's that music?
Radio up the street.
Just like the first time I came here, isn't it? We were talking about automobile insurance. Only you were thinking about murder. I was thinking about that anklet.
And what are you thinking about now?
I'm all through thinking, baby. I just came to say goodbye.
Goodbye? Where are you going?
You're the one that's going, baby, not me. I'm getting off the trolley car right at this corner.
Suppose you stop being fancy. Let's have it, whatever it is.
All right, I'll tell you. A friend of mine's got a funny theory. He says when two people commit a murder, it's sort of like they're riding on a trolley car together. One can't get off without the other. They're stuck with each other. And they have to go on riding together clear to the end of the line. The last stop is a cemetery.
Maybe he's got something there.
You bet he has. Two people are going to ride at the end of the line, all right. Only I'm not going to be one of them. I've got another guy to finish my ride for me.
Just who are you talking about?
An acquaintance of yours. A Mr. Zacchetti. Come on, baby. I just got into this thing because I happen to know a little something about insurance, didn't I? I was a sucker. I'd have been brushed off just as soon as you got your hands on the money.
Nobody wanted to brush you off.
Save it, I'm telling this. It's been you and that Zacchetti guy all along, hasn't it?
That's not true.
Doesn't make any difference if it's true or not. The point is, Keyes believes Zacchetti is the one he's been looking for. He'll have him in the gas chamber before he knows what's happened to him.
Have you ever shot more than one ending for a film?
Yes, I have shot an ending which I chopped off, like in Double Indemnity. I had an ending where Mr. McMurray was executed in the gas chamber, and there was a kind of a thing between him and Eddie Robinson, who was watching it. Then, as I was proceeding with the picture, I found a scene where he tries to, after Robinson realizes that McMurray is the murderer and bleeding and wants to go to the elevator and kind of get into his car and go to Mexico or something. And he collapses there, you know, and can't even light the match anymore the way he always did. And in the distance you heard already the siren of the police car, the ambulance, so you knew what the outcome is going to be. And I ended it there because it was very anticlimactic. You know, it didn't need now. We knew that he was guilty. He confessed. We knew that how the two men felt about each other. It was
I'm sitting with Norm Macdonald, and now not all your material comes from the news. Is that right? You know,
no, some of my material comes. My strongest material comes from real life.
Real life?
Like, for instance, today I was driving in a car. You were kind enough to bring a car to bring this old chunk of coal here to the studio.
We send cars for our guests, yes.
Yeah, so I got in it, and that's, I get material that way. So my driver...
What do you mean? How do you get material that way? You get in the car, and what happens?
My driver tells me a joke.
The driver we sent to pick you up told you a joke?
Yeah.
And you're going to tell it now on the show?
Yeah, that's how I get a lot of my material.
Okay. Why don't we just have him on next time?
That guy... that guy... No, wait till you hear me do it. So the guy, he goes, I say, I'll be the guy.
Okay.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, right?
You are correct. A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist's office says, "What's the problem?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin, man?" He goes, "I go to work for Gregory Olinovich, and all day long I work." Honestly, Doc, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even know if Gregory Olinovich knows. He only knows that he has power over me, and that seems to bring him happiness. But I don't know. I wake up in a malaise, and I walk here and there. The podiatrist says, "Oh, yeah?" And the moth goes, "Yes." And he goes, "At night, I sometimes wake up and I turn to some old lady in my bed that's on my arm. A lady that I once loved, Doc. I don't know where to turn to. My youngest, Alexandria. She fell in the cold of last year. The cold took her down, as it did many of us. And my other boy, and this is the hardest pill to swallow, Doc. My other boy, Gregaro Ivanilidovich. I no longer love him. As much as it pains me to say, when I look in his eyes, all I see is the same cowardice that I catch when I take a glimpse of my own face in the mirror. If only the cowardice was stronger, then perhaps I could bring myself to reach over to that cocked and loaded gun that lays on the bedside behind me and end this hellish facade once and for all.
How long a drive was this? Do you live in the valley? Where do you live? Please, sorry.
He says, "Doc, sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good." And so the doctor says, "Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here?" And then the moth said, "Because the light was on."
My congratulations to anyone who stuck it through to the end. So Norm.
What?
We're pretty much out of time. No?
Well, listen, it's over.